day, sir. Viewers, if you are watching, make sure you click on the like button, drop your comment, and also share this program to others. President of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré, pulled Sahel nations out of ICC. What do you have to say about this?
Well, I think from the start they have already been able to disengage themselves from anything that has to do with ECOWAS, from anything that has to do with AU. They are planning to establish their own, a bloc, and which I think to an extent they have successfully done that, under the mission and vision of the youngest African leader at the moment. I'm talking about Ibrahim Traoré, a man that African youth are seeing as a symbol of liberation. A man who have extended his warm solidarity to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Supreme Court, the Supreme IPOB leader, for his resilience to define a moment for his own people, and this is actually what Africans need at this moment. We need, a resurrection. Africa need a definition. Africa need reorientation. Africa need a leader that can transform a generational one, and I think to an extent we have found one who is already giving them a lot of headache currently now concerning the plight of the black man in Africa. Africa has remained underdeveloped, even though it has been acknowledged they were the mother of civilization. Civilization started from Africa, but Africa has not been able to get to the level where they can be seen as a developed continent or even developing nations. They still tell you that Africa is still underdeveloped. And the question everybody is asking, why is Africa still underdeveloped? We are talking about the Y2K, the Millennium Era, and this we are talking about the internet. Now we are in AI. Still Africa is not developed. And find this discovered some of these blogs, we are talking about organizations, AU, like Fela Nicola Batu will say it, what Waiting Unite for inside United Nations are being used, by the colonial masters to suppress and loot the resources of Africa. Now, let us see how these Sahel nations are actually going to survive, having distanced themselves from this the organization of like AU, ECOWAS, that are being used to suppress African leadership, suppress African development, and continues to plot neo-colonization in Africa. Kudos to Ibrahim Traoré for that vision, but let's see how he's going to navigate his way at the end of the day. He has finally pulled out from unfortunate ICC, and that is the same way a lot of people are going to pull out from unfortunate United Nations, for they have not been able to perform their duties, aims and objectives, given the kind of resources that has gone to the establishment and running the administration of these powerful institutions. And that's what Donald Trump is saying at this point, that if case not taken, they can be scrapped. You cannot be waiting for Donald Trump or one president or the other to come and tell you, there's a problem there before you now stand up. That's an unfortunate institutions to have as a body that champions human existence, that champions existence in this part of the world. So you have already been established with aims and objectives, and unfortunately you do not do that, and you continue to expect that world leaders and powerful organizations, nations in the world will continue to finance you. That is quite unfortunate. That's high level of incompetence, and that's why you are seeing different things happening around the world, because when they are supposed to intervene based on their duties as conflict resolution organization, they pretend as if they do not know what is happening. That until it deteriorated to a point where it has become an embarrassment to the world leaders. Then you see them trying to warm up and all that, and that is the reason why Africans are celebrating Ibrahim Traoré for refusing to align with these mysterious people that call themselves organizations. And that's why Donald Trump is actually now very much annoyed with them. How can you justify the killing, the excess, and what Nigerians have been going through in the hands of jihadist Fulanis in Nigeria? And you pretend as if you don't know about it. United Nations has never for one day sent delegates or even sent a fact-finding team to find out why Fulanis are killing Christians in Nigeria. And when there are resistance voices like Simon Ekpa and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu over this issue, United Nations stay quiet. So you are of no use. ICC is of no use to humanity, except those, whoever, what they call, say it is international criminal court. They have right to act. We saw what happened in Liberia. We saw what happened in some African countries and all that. At the end of the day, these people walk home free with all the atrocities they committed. And these are the reason why United Nations, United States of America, under Donald Trump, God will bless him. And these are the reason why Benjamin Netanyahu is standing strong over decisions by nations to pretend over justice, to pretend over the truth. How can you justify that? You planted Fulanis in Nigeria. You planted Palestinians in the land of Israel. And that's why the unfortunate case, Starmer, the British Prime Minister, today is coming out in public disgrace to encourage an act of terrorism all over the world. Then the question is, can Keir Starmer himself actually live with snakes inside his bedroom? That's the question for Keir Starmer of UK, the Prime Minister of UK. And you can see what is happening in UK currently now. People are rising up and begin to question the rationale beyond that decision. So many countries that have taken that decision are beginning to go back already on the revised mode now. They are on the revised mode now, and I can tell you, go and fast check that judgment, that decision, that resolution by incompetent United Nations, AU and ECOWAS can never stand the reality of time. And that is why you see nations now have begun to reverse some of the decisions they have taken, maybe knowingly or unknowingly, or they have been induced by the forces, or as a result of whatever deed they have entered with the Arab world, as a result of oil and whatever. They are compromising reality. That's exactly what is happening in Nigeria. The United Nations kept quiet, the ICC kept quiet, the AU kept quiet, the ECOWAS kept quiet, and these are the things that is causing bad leadership in societies, in continents like Africa, in nations in Africa.
Viewers, if you are still watching, make sure you click on the like button, drop your comment, and also share this program. Now, there's a controversy, or I should call it a rumor, that even Donald Trump also placed bar on ICC judges.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you now. You have shut down them completely, because that's a man that the world needs in terms of leadership, because he really acted to reawaken the consciousness of these institutions, whether moribund, whether dead, whether manipulated, whether they are being induced, whatever that's happening to this powerful organization that would have saved mankind, that would have saved existence, that would have brought leadership. Unfortunately, they are taking another direction, and these are the things that maybe he has looked at it very well and look at it. There's an ongoing United Nations Security Council meeting in New York currently now, where nations are messing up the world God created to bring sanity to civilization. They are destroying it. Some are encouraging evil. And you begin to wonder, is this actually what it really means when the likes of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa are there, showing solidarity, calling organizations that claim responsibility of conflict resolution, of which this is why they are being established. They know we are coming close. And that was what has angered Donald Trump today. and every judge in that ICC now will be sacked, and if care is not taken, so Trump is already celebrating the decision of an African leader to quit ISIS and other nations in Africa to quit ISIS. What is Nigeria still doing? Because they are part and parcel of the crime. They keep on recognizing terrorism. They keep on championing, killings of Nigerians. And when they get at that global stage now, the same thing, they align with people who are come to identify, to destroy the civilization and bring. I don't know the adjective to use to qualify the position of these people, apart from they are simply evil.
Evil.
Yes, they are simply evil.
Now, viewers, if you are watching, make sure you click on the like button, drop your comment, and also share this program. It's nice having you here today, sir. God bless you and have a nice day.
Thank you.